So, George, next bout, women's featured bout, Vanessa Jackson in the black trunks, red gloves, Brittney Inkrotte in the blue trunks with white trim with the blue gloves. Inkrotte's 5'10", 145 pounds. She's 18 years old. She's a freshman at York College, where hasn't decided where she's going to major in, a criminal justice major or Spanish major. Vanessa Jackson is 23 years old, 5'5", from Columbus, trains at the Beatty Rec Center. Trainer is Marlon Byron.
Vanessa Jackson has a interesting family member. Her cousin is former heavyweight champion of the world, James Buster Douglas, who shocked the world in 1990 by knocking out Mike Tyson. Vanessa tells us that she's had a lot of pointers from Buster Douglas, so it's nice to have a seasoned fighter in her corner.
And Brittney Inkrotte has had a lot of success in the amateurs so far in her career, George. She came in 5th place in this year's U.S. National Championships, where she got the pleasure of working with Lucia Riker, who worked her corner a little bit in that tournament. She was also the 2006 Under-19 National Champion. That's the first time that they've had a women's Under-19 National Championship. So she was honored and privileged to become the first woman Under-19 National Champion.
She's also captured the ringside World Championship in 2006 and also in 2004, and she's a 2-time United States PAL title holder as well. She trains at Fast Eddie's Back Alley Gym in Red Lion, Pennsylvania, and Fast Eddie is working her corner. He's also her father. Brittney goes by the name Baby Girl, and she's certainly not acting like a baby girl in the ring tonight.
She's effectively using the 1-2s, and the southpaw style is also being an advantage for Inkrotte tonight, George.
Vanessa Jackson fights southpaw and is able to switch to conventional style in the middle of a round. That could pose a problem for Brittney if she's not used to seeing the southpaw fighter.
As the first round comes to an end, it's a round that was a pretty close round, pretty technical round, feeling out round for both fighters. We'll see if that will lead to other things and how each fighter will adjust and how the corners are going to tell them what they need to do to adjust to possibly grind this fight out to determine a winner.
I'm very impressed so far with the performance of Vanessa Jackson. I say that because this is Vanessa's second fight overall as an amateur. She's in the ring with someone who has over 30 fights and a slew of titles. Vanessa is definitely holding her own in this fight.
Oh, Vanessa, this is only her second fight, you're right, George, but she has been boxing nearly 2 years, as she's been training there at the Beatty Rec Center in Columbus for the last 2 years. So you get a lot of experience as well as training in the ring, and she's showing it here tonight. She's putting up a good fight against a veteran of Brittney Inkrotte's stature.
Slight delay from the referee, getting the corners back to where they should be. Round 2 begins.
Inkrotte is in the blue trunks, white trim, blue gloves. Jackson is in the red gloves with the black trunks. And both fighters are coming out swinging wildly here to start the second round, George. They're trying to mount up the points. And again, the amateur style, the way they score the points are different. The system is different than what they use in the professional rankings. What they do in the amateurs is basically every time you land a punch, you're rewarded a point.
I'm curious to hear what was said in Brittney's corner, because she came out very aggressive into this second round.
Inkrotte is trying to use that jab, and then she gets hit with a quick 1-2 by Jackson in the middle of the ring. Right hand lands upstairs for Jackson, and now she's landing some good shots on Inkrotte.
Brittney told us earlier that she plans to fight amateur until at least 2009, when there will be a ruling by the U.S. Olympic Committee whether or not to include women's boxing in the 2012 Olympics. If it's included, she's going to stay as an amateur and try to make the Olympic team. If not, she's got her path set to be a professional boxer.
She's got a tough fight here tonight. As Vanessa Jackson absolutely just for sure did not come to take a dive and did not come to go down early in this fight, George. And again, both fighters trying to work their will and trying to get an advantage, and there's really not one that has had an advantage over the other thus far.
very evenly matched fight. Both fighters are scoring points. Both fighters are landing effective punches.
Big left hand lands for Inkrotte, and that shook Jackson up just a bit.
Jackson lost her legs there for a second, but it appears that she's recovered fairly quickly and is back at it.
Inkrotte is being very aggressive right now as she sensed that Jackson was hurt, got Jackson to go on her back up against the ropes, and that was a good round, a good finish to the round for Brittney Inkrotte. We'll see if that's something she can continue on into the third round. We'll come back with more action here on Sports Time Ohio right after this.
Have you gotten lost in the shuffle of Social Security disability benefits? Your Social Security is too important to be left to chance. Frustrated by a system that's supposed to be there for you? Have you been denied benefits you think you deserve? Don't let the government tell you you have a frivolous claim. Cordick and Braun can help you get the benefits you deserve. If you've been denied, call Cordick and Braun. Cordick and Braun have over 35 years combined experience and have successfully represented the disabled in 36 states. It's time you called Gregory Cordick and Catherine Braun. 1-800-621-0899.
Great Lakes City Ford, 5 minutes east and west from downtown Cleveland. The Ford dealership knocking out all the competition. Have bad credit? No problem at Great Lakes City Ford. Going through divorce, bankruptcy, or just a first-time buyer? All no problems at Great Lakes City Ford. Every application is looked at and nobody walks. Great Lakes City Ford's #1 goal is customer satisfaction. Now is the time to buy a new and used car as huge rebates and incentives are being offered. Great Lakes City Ford, knocking out the competition.
Clownin' Customs, where customizing your car is our hobby. Complete line of wheels and rims, Lambo door kits, color-matched wheels, and more. Buy where pro athletes like Indians ball player Johnny Peralta get hooked up. Clownin' Customs, celebrating 10 strong years in the business. Check out our website at clowningcustoms.net or visit our showroom at 4179 Pearl Road in Old Brooklyn. Clownin' Customs.
At Quality General Auto, we pride ourselves on offering to the public the finest vehicles offered by today's automotive industry, backed up by unsurpassed services. Quality General Auto looks forward to your visit to our dealership and exceeding your expectations. We specialize in luxury and import vehicles at wholesale prices. A whole world of premium vehicles are waiting for you. Our dealership is conveniently located just east of the intersection of...
Sit in front of you, okay? Spit. Look. Tired. After you go get combination with this, you're gonna move around, okay? Step around. In and out. Step around. Use your aim. Step around, okay? Let your hands go. Let your hands go on the inside. You know some good body shots. Where they at? All right? Come back to that body. Come back to the head. She's great. But you better get confident. You better come. All right?
So we're back here at the Robert A. Pinn National Armory in Stowe, Ohio for this special feature bout, 145-pound open female attraction. Vanessa Jackson from Columbus, Ohio. Brittney Inkrotte is from Red Lion, Pennsylvania, which is about 10 miles south of York, Pennsylvania. Round 3 begins. Inkrotte's in the blue trunks, white trim, blue gloves. Jackson is in the black trunks with the red gloves, and Jackson briefly touched her gloves to the canvas, so the referee had to wipe off those gloves, and now we're going to get ready to get it back in the action here in round 3, George.
We're going to see what happens with Brittney in this round. She had a very strong finish to the second round. Vanessa Jackson looks like she's got her legs back. That minute in the corner helped her gain her composure. Both fighters are already ready to square off, throwing punches, both landing punches.
Both fighters get tangled up. The referee swiftly comes in and orders them to break, which they do, and we're going to see, this is going to be a good round to determine and see if Vanessa Jackson can indeed take the power shots of Inkrotte, as she was successful in landing some in that last round.
Brittney is doing a very good job in this round of cutting off the ring. I think she might have found a few weaknesses in Vanessa. Brittney is trying to keep her against the ropes, backing her into her corner, and then trying to land at will.
Jackson is definitely somewhere where she does not want to be, which is right up against the ropes near the corner of the ring, where Inkrotte can just continue to land left-handed bombs on her head.
It also appears that Brittney's starting to break down Vanessa. Vanessa isn't throwing as many punches this round. Her mouth is wide open. She's visibly winded. Perhaps the veteran in Brittney can capitalize on this.
Big left hand lands for Inkrotte, and Jackson is hurt right now, George, and the referee is going to administer a standing 8 count as well right now, and rightly so, as George Nichols could see into the eyes of Vanessa Jackson, just did not like what he saw. He's going to let the round continue, and Inkrotte is going to try to end this fight right here as she senses that Jackson is hurt, and she's coming out aggressive, but Jackson does finish the round on her feet, and that's going to do it for the fight. And very entertaining 3 rounds of action here tonight, George.
Very good fight. Give Vanessa Jackson credit. Only 2 fights organized at least in the ring. She stepped into the ring with someone who has a multitude of titles, over 30 fights under her belt. She held her own. We're going to see the judges' decision. They might see it a different way.
The ring announcer, Dave Milo, is all set to announce the winner between Brittney Inkrotte and Vanessa Jackson. Let's take it to our ring announcer, Dave Milo.
Gentlemen, our winner